Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's in a Batman anime with me tonight?
Hey, everybody. It's Kenneth Sanity, and I'm Batman.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I am Joe Butler, but today I'm drawn as a beautiful Bishonen anime man.
I like that. So we are continuing our year of Batman, and this time we're talking about Batman Gotham Knight, directed by 6 different people that I cannot say their names. I can tell you that. Shoji Nishimi, Futoshi Hikishai, Hiroshi Moriyoko, Yashiro Oki, Toshiaki Kubuka. I am so sorry. Jong-suk Nam and Yoshaki Kuiji. Yeah, I said that completely wrong. This came out originally in 2008 and is supposedly, in quotations, part of the Nolan verse.
It is also done by several production companies such as Production IG, B-Train, 2 Madhouse episodes, and Studio 4C.
Those are big names in anime.
Yep.
I have no idea who
And
I'll tell you when we get to them, don't worry.
The writers on these are all prominent Batman writers.
So this was a weird, I don't hate it. This is a weird concept we went through in what year is this?
Oh wait,
in the late millennia, where we started having movies and they're like, hey, it'd be a really cool idea if we get Japanese animation studios to draw different stories. There's the second Dead Space movie that's a prequel to Dead Space 2. All the characters tell the government about what happened in their own stories, and all their stories are told with different animations. There's Dante's Inferno, which every different circle of hell was a different animation, except for that weird one, which was a super stain. Yeah, we made tons of these movies, and they were really good, and I wish we hadn't stopped that.
Don't forget the one that probably started it all, the Animatrix.
Oh yeah, the Animatrix too. Yeah, it does that as well.
Yep.
There's a couple other that I'm missing too, and if I forget them, you can yell at me on the channel.
My buddy, back when we were in high school, my buddy downloaded Animatrix and then burned it on a CDR and sold it to somebody. I remember that for $5.
Yeah, we were doing stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, and we downloaded this on dial-up, so you know how long that took.
Oh, damn, downloading the illegal Matrix anime on dial-up is like the most fucking 2000 thing you can do. Pirating it. I take that back. Pirating it, the Matrix on dial-up in 2000.
Oh, boy.
You couldn't download it, to be honest. You didn't download movies back then unless it was illegally.
The Wachowski sisters would be proud.
Yeah, probably would, actually.
I don't think they get paid for that anymore, do they? I think they lost all the rights to it.
You should still get paid by it, but then again, who knows with WB? So
yeah.
They do have a tendency to screw people.
Hey, you know what? He got a pay cut for that, so fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Speaking of getting screwed by WB,
hey, we did for this episode.
Yeah, this was on Max, and then it wasn't on Max, and I spent money on it.
Oh,
yeah, I rented it for my $4.
Same.
It's hella hard to find.
It was $4 well spent, though.
It was. I was surprised that this wasn't on Max, to be honest. We should do our memories before we get the other things. So I remember this movie came out because I worked at a Target when this movie came out. I think I actually already worked in electronics, so I remember this movie coming out and being a big deal. I remember people, it's connected to the Nolan verse, and they had merch for it and stuff. I had never actually seen this movie. I bought it at some point, probably from a pawn store, because it was a big deal to me because it was a Batman movie, so I was like, oh, cool, I'm interested. But yeah, I never watched this, and I remember some asshole being, it's a really good movie, and I hated this guy. So I'm like, I'm never watching that shit. And apparently that stuck with me many, many years later. I had never seen this movie until yesterday. So that's my history. Joe.
So I remember this airing on Toonami on Saturdays. I don't remember if I think it's Toonami Adult Swim they used to have. And they would show, that's how I saw this. And I mentioned in the chat, all those weird Marvel anime movies. That's how I watched that. Yeah. And the Princess Mononoke, when they showed that on Toonami on the weekend, stuff like that. That's how I watched all these. So that's how I remember this. I remember it being really good because this was back when Batman was at the hype of its thing. So I thought I remembered it being 4 different things because this honestly just plays out like a whole episodic thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6 different short stories with different animation styles.
They do have connections, and we'll talk about it when we go through them.
Yeah, 2 feel like one after another, to be honest, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
And Ken, what is your history?
I don't have one, with the exception that I watched this back when it was on Max. Gosh, it was probably within the last year.
God damn.
I don't know why this is taken off, but I know why. But
These are fucking buttholes.
he had to pay somebody a little bit, a penny for each time somebody watches, and he's like, "That's too much money." It's not like they make much from streaming services.
Well, they're too busy paying Zaslav's bullshit, whatever. Anyway, it's Batman. It's not Warner Brothers talk. Let's go.
Are you sure? That's what we do in this podcast.
LFG, let's go.
So the first one's made by Production IG, which is what's the title of the first one?
No, the first one's made by Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. That's Have I Got a Story for You with the kids.
Oh, is that one I win? Damn
Yeah.
you fucking...
Yeah, the kids one is the first. I think that's what turned me off in this movie. I think I watched this one and I went, I don't like it, and turned off the movie and never went back.
Yeah, I got the fucking order mixed up. Well, they've made stuff before. They have a segment in the Animatrix. There's a lot of these I don't recognize. There's a Halo Legends they also do too. They also do like a lot of American animation, and then the most thing that I can recognize that they're good for Spriggan, which was a really good '98 anime, and then they also did the really weird Berserk movies that no one liked or did like. I'm not really sure.
Who knows? The Berserk people hate everything and love everything simultaneously. It's fucking weird.
I mean, that does fit Berserk, so hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Berserk's a weird.
But this first one was a good story. It's just like 4 kids sitting around talking about the time. Well, 3 kids sitting around talking about the time they met Batman. And he's portrayed in different ways. He's portrayed as like living shadow that can like just melt into shadow and pop up. Then somebody else kind of describes him like Man-Bat.
I like that.
And then the last one was like a combat robot, like the Iron Man version of Batman, which was wild.
It's amusing, but it works well because it's kids talking to each other. And like, there's even that one part where, oh, you cut off the guy's head. And like, Batman don't kill. She's like, I know. I just try to make the story more exciting. Like, it's cute. I liked it.
And the interesting thing about it is that we're all getting to the point, like, he keeps chasing down this weird thing dressed in a black garbage bag, which apparently is a villain.
I was wondering if this was
the Man in Black.
Somebody we knew or something from the
No, I looked it up. There's not anything at all except for this.
It happens here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we all find out that this is all on the same day. And as you're sitting at the skate park, the fight comes into the skate park. The 4th kid that didn't see Batman ends up clocking the dude over the head with a skateboard. And Batman says, I owe you one. So that kid's got the best story.
That was a cute moment, actually. Like, that had more to it than I was expecting it to have.
Always like the decent part of stories where where Batman interacts with kids and stuff, because he very much likes kids as much as he hates villains and people.
I mean, he also likes to enlist kids to be his, and so hey, you know.
You don't know, but that kid that cracked the Man in Black over the head with the skateboard, he grew up to be the 5th Robin. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say you can't 100% blame Batman. They all have shitty backstories. Dick's parents got killed in front of him. Jason's a crackhead. Tim actually doesn't have an excuse. I'm not really sure why he's a Robin. He got caught stealing the Batmobile wheels. It's kind of crackhead energy. Damien's his bastard son. I think Stephanie's dad's a bad guy. I don't remember what the other one is.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is that Batman takes advantage of at-risk youth who need a parental figure in their life.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he does.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you're saying. Except for Tim. Tim had an okay life.
There's some
Tim still had a father to go home to.
No, he died some point sometimes.
Oh, not in the comic I was reading that we're supposed to read part 2 of someday if somebody would ever organize it.
Also, they've cursed Tim Drake to be the worst thing ever. Bisexual.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you.
I'm kidding. I think it's great he's bisexual.
It's Pride Month when we're recording this, motherfucker. Put some respect on that.
Yeah, coming from the gay bi man.
2 out of 3 gay bi men.
So yeah,
but this first story was cute.
It grew on me.
We should say right off the bat that this is the quintessential Batman voicing this. It is Kevin Conroy, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, this hurt.
Yeah, it made me real again, but man, I miss him.
We had it so good. We didn't
know. Just didn't know. I did enjoy hearing his voice again. Was it the same voice actor from the animated series for Alfred too?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't look this up.
No. Alfred was very interesting. Alfred in this movie is played by David McCollum, who played, oh gosh, what character was he? I think Ducky on NCIS. But he was also Ilya Kuryakin on the original Man from U.N.C.L.E. show. So he's got some past, and he's basically just done a lot of shit.
Okay, because I did recognize his voice, and I wasn't sure where, how, or whatnot. So I was like, I'll just ask them.
Yeah, no, he's actually quite good.
But it was so nice to have Kevin Conroy back in this. Like it made this movie even more worth watching just to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just went, oh man, I miss that guy. Like I am sad that we lost him.
Yeah.
So
we had it so good.
Yeah, we had it.
Really the first one took me a bit to really like it. I mean, it's not a bad one. I mean, it's cute. I think it fits good with this idea of this being in the Nolan verse because it's just kids talking about Batman. So it can be whatever it wants to be because it's just people telling a story, and you can't trust your narrator in this case.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're kids. You can't.
Yeah, but it also goes the whole thing where no one ever really gets a good look at Batman, and it goes kind of into Batman lore where that's why a lot of the villains are scared of him because some people think he's not human or a bad or like some other weird thing, which is fair because it's fair because Batman's fucking crazy.
I think that was nice in here having that. Like, and then in the last scene with the fourth kid, like what Ken had mentioned, where he saves him with the skateboard, the kid actually gets to. Batman looks different. He's not a robot. It's more closer to what Batman looks like. And I thought that was a nice touch too, that they captured, a more realistic version of the Batman is based on. Because this one isn't a story. This one is what they're seeing firsthand. I don't know. It was besides the animation taking a little bit for me, I did like it.
It was fun. A nice little nod to Rashomon. The different stories about what Batman's like.
Oh, okay.
Rashomon, in case you don't know, is the Akira Kurosawa samurai epic. One of the best movies ever made. You know what? If you don't think so, fucking come at me. It's a great fucking movie.
I just don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately.
I'm not talking about either.
Oh, if you watch the movie, you will know because so many people have used the Rashomon style story of, okay, who saw what? And everybody has a different story, and you kind of got to dig through to figure out what the truth of it all is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the whole thing with Rashomon. It's based around a murder and a rape, and there's eyewitnesses who saw stuff, but they don't match up, so they got to try to figure out what the truth of the matter is. Great movie. Absolutely amazing movie.
Oh.
And this does a great job of kind of being like, oh, that's a cute little nod.
Okay. You got my attention now.
I know what it was.
What?
I sent Ken a picture of Misha Collins as Two-Face when it came out, and it pissed him off. And so he said he wanted to do this because he was upset that I showed it to him. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much. The guy in charge isn't interested, so.
Yeah, that's what it was. We're doing something else Batman, I think.
We do a lot of Batman on this podcast.
Yeah.
We do.
And I'm okay with that. I like my Batman. That's why we're here talking about this movie.
I need to save that screenshot up. I'll do it too. So whenever someone asks me to do something.
The second one is called, where was it? Crossfire. This one, I like the animation of this one a lot.
You should, because that's
anime.
That's Ghost in the Shell.
I've never seen that show or that movie besides the Scarlett Johansson one. It doesn't count.
You haven't?
There's a reason why it's already over by the time you hear this. So, yes.
But yeah, it's Ghost. It's Ghost in the Shell, Psychopaths, Blood, and Blood Plus. Have you seen? I'm pretty sure you've seen Blood Plus, right?
No, I've seen Blood the Last Vampire. If that's what you're talking about, but that's it.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I saw it a long time ago on a CR.
Yeah, it's also Blood. I'm pretty sure they're also Death Note, probably. I don't know. I'll look it up here in a second.
Seen Death Note more than once. But I just really like this one. I like the animation of this one. I also like how this is him dealing with the mob. I thought it was nice that they have a lot of mob in here. Because, again, that's what this Batman does, is he fights the mob.
Yep.
So, supposedly, that Russian guy that he's dealing with is supposed to be the Russian from the Dark Knight movie with the dogs. Supposedly.
It's not a Russian, though. He's a Chechen.
Oh, so maybe it's not the same guy. But that was one of the things that YouTube was like, I think it's this guy.
No, I think that's just a Russian guy. I will tell you, though, there is a detective in this one, Crispus Allen, voiced by Gary Dourdan, series regular on CSI until he got killed off at the end of the 8th season. But he has a partner who is Ana Ramirez. You will remember Ana Ramirez from The Dark Knight as the one who handed Harvey Dent over to the mob.
Oh.
Yeah, the same character.
Yep. So there's connection number one.
Also,
So
Gordon had just put together the Crime Squad, which is what we see in Dark Knight. That's what this is
Yep.
too.
Yeah,
And then
the what is that group you put together?
I don't remember
MCU.
the name. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the MCU.
yeah, and they want to
Major
leave the
Tom Unit.
MCU.
he does.
Yeah. Well, Crispus Allen wanted to leave the MCU. And this story is really just the two detectives getting in the middle of a mob fight, a mob shootout, after driving the Man in Black from the first story to Arkham, which, by the way, might be the creepiest depiction of Arkham Asylum ever put
It
to anything.
is.
And that's because we never got an Arkham in the Nolan trilogy either.
Well, do we? In the
Well,
third
no,
movie?
that's not true.
I think they did
That's
a lot
not
of
true.
Arkham.
We did.
We got a
We
taste
did.
of
That's
it.
where Carmine was. Carmine was when he went crazy in
when he got
what's his
nice little
bucket?
dose of
When he got the
fear
fear
gas.
gas. Yeah.
fear gas, fear tax. I
Fear toxin.
like fear tax better. I've been watching too much news. You can tell, can't you?
Fair enough. But that was like a little tiny shot of Arkham, but we never got enough Arkham. And this was
A
creepy.
lot of Arkham. This is supposed to be that the entire Narrows got turned into Arkham, supposedly.
Yeah.
What's in there?
Which-
It was the
Okay.
island that they were on where Joffrey is in Batman Begins, where you see the kid who plays Joffrey later on.
Where Scarecrow starts his
Yeah.
fear gas scheme.
Okay,
They're supposed to supposedly turn the whole island into Arkham City.
Arkham Asylum.
Well, Arkham City, because the whole city was... never mind. But yes, supposedly the whole island is now the asylum.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yes.
It is, but what are you going to do?
But God, you are right. The faces, like the animation of when you see the guys when they're driving through the by the fences, and the guy makes comments like, anybody you see, those aren't civilians, those are criminals. Like,
Yeah, don't stop. Roll your windows up.
but the way they do the animation is so fucking creepy.
Yeah, I would say that I think I might like this one the best out of all the stories. Like it's
This one's
just
pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a lot of, crazy, oh, here comes the Joker with a crazy laughing fish. It's, the Russian mob and the Italian mob are shooting at each other, and there's a couple cops caught in the middle. That's a good, simple story.
Yeah. And I think we needed that. Like, one thing that impressed me with this is there's no, like, really over the top. That's, again, why I feel, there's one. But it feels like this could almost have fit in the Nolan trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty close. And that was nice. I don't know, I just like this. I like how you see how Ramirez is like, oh, I remember how this place used to be. And also you think about it because it is, God, what the hell is the name of the crime boss? I can't remember the guy's name. I should know this.
The one in here,
Yeah.
Salvatore Maroni.
Yes, Maroni. Because Ramirez, like you said, Ramirez is the one that turns, and here Ramirez is having a gun point ahead. And one of the comments I saw online was like, is this kind of where she ends up getting, in tied with him and working for him? Because he tried to kill her, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because this does play like Batman Year 1.5. If Batman Begins is Year 1,
Yes.
and Dark Knight is somewhere down the end, this is somewhere toward the beginning, but not quite in the halfway point. Like it's closer to Begins than it is to Dark Knight, I think.
I think it's supposed to be too, but I liked it. I liked it that we're getting more stories before Dark Knight happens, because after Dark Knight, we know from Dark Knight Rises, he disappears for a while.
Yeah.
So this was nice.
It's more background on how when the Joker says to Batman, you've changed things. And this is more background of how that's happening.
And I like that.
What is Batman changing?
Well, he's fucking with him. I mean, he's completely fighting the mob we see here, and it kind of leads more to why they hired the Joker, someone they didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because shit is going bad for them.
That's right. We will keep quoting that movie ever so slightly.
The better Batman movie.
I'll agree with that.
No, it was just good. So the Russian might not be anybody that we actually see in the movie then, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Still works well. I was sad that Maroni didn't look like Eric Roberts. I wanted that.
Yeah. He was also voiced by Yakko Warner, so
I like Eric Roberts though. I think he makes a good fucking villain.
he does, but he's also had a life.
He just looks like it. He's just one of those character actors that just looks like a villain.
Kind of looks like an asshole.
Yeah. So
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I do like him and stuff, so I can't complain. No, this is just a good one, and this kind of, shows Batman how he saves that guy's life. So it gives him more prop to what he's doing. I don't know, just a good short.
It is a good short. And the Detective Allen starts this like, Batman sucks. He's the worst. And at the end, he's like, all right, well, Batman saved my life. I wasn't by the car that was shot at by a fucking rocket launcher. Okay. But like, this is like his character development of, all right, I'll trust the Batman. And
I
it's
can
nice.
get why people don't want to, though. I mean, he is a vigilante. He is a
No
criminal.
matter what Ramirez said.
I mean, to be fair, she's a criminal too, so
Yeah.
we just don't know it yet. But she's working with the mob. I don't. Also, I just thought it was weird. Like, what kind of bad luck do you have that you stopped your car right in a fucking where a gunfight's about to go on? Like, what kind of bad luck do you have to have for that?
Pretty damn bad luck, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Overall, a good movie. Good little short. All right, should we go to the... Okay, my cat decided...
Next.
All right, I was attacked by Catman, who decided that he was going to climb the bookshelf, then I went to save his life, and then he decided that he would murder my... and he fell off the table. And apparently decided to unconnect the computer that I'm not using at the moment. Or broke my fucking HDMI cord.
Oh,
what a
shit.
little shit.
Damn,
I literally
you,
broke my HDMI cord for work. Well, that's going to be a problem tomorrow.
Time to get a new HDMI cord.
Break the laptop for work. Oh, laptop's fine. All right. So, Gotham Knight. Let's not talk about the cat destroying things in the house, but people do like hearing about that, right?
The next episode is Field Test, which is made by B Train, most notably for probably my husband's most favorite anime, Dot Hack.
Oh, you like that anime a lot?
Yeah, my husband loves Dot Hack. Weird.
Okay. I've watched it all once.
I don't remember what it's about.
Hacking, I would assume.
No, it's like there's like an RPG, and if you go in the RPG, it's like the original Sword Art. And this guy's in the RPG, but he can't log out, and he doesn't know why he's there, and he has like no memories. Everyone treats him like a regular person. He's like, oh, I might be an NPC that gains sentience, and it's like a mystery show.
Yeah, it's
something.
okay. I used to have it on CDRs and watch the whole thing.
The games are funnier.
I have the games.
What's
Okay.
What's the second one? Is there's Dot Hack, and then the other one's Dot Hack something.
Dot Hack GU.
Dot hack sign.
Yeah, Dot Hack GU is just JoJo.
Dot Hack Sign is the anime.
Oh, well, whatever.
Anyways, I'm not. I was gonna message y'all about it, but I decided to like back up on it. Did y'all expect Kevin Conroy to voice a Bishonen anime man? Because
No.
holy shit,
Nope.
that's a weird voice to come out of that face. But it works though.
It really is. Like, it is the prettiest Bruce Wayne ever.
Yeah, and honestly,
Even more so than Robert Pattinson.
this makes me miss Kevin Conroy the most because holy shit, does he do a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman?
He really
like-
does.
Yeah.
Like it hits you like like it hits you down, but you look back up and it's offering a hand to pick you back up because that is such a smug, pretty boy fucking Bruce Wayne. It works so well.
It was a little shocking at first, to be honest. Like, it took me a little bit to get used to it because the voice didn't fit the animation for me at first.
The wink wins me over.
I believe that. But it took me a little bit to be like, I don't know how I feel about this. But then I was like, okay, this is like, I just like Kevin Conroy's voice. I think it's a cool idea, too, that he has because he has a deflector, and then he gets all upset by deflected bullets. So he's like, I can't put other people's lives on the line. But to be fair, Russian mobster, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I've been spoiled by current Batman because I feel like current Batman would be like, is this a belt that deflects bullets? Oh, if it hits someone in the head, that's their fault for shooting a gun at me. Bat loophole. I attach tasers to my car. If you're in front of my car, that's your fault. Bat loophole.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know, but that is fair.
Loophole. Okay. But like, that's the thing. Like, it sounds like Kevin Conroy, but it very much has the energy of Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Mhm.
The ruptured sad boy.
And that Batmobile looks nothing like the Bat Tank.
No,
I
it
kind of
doesn't.
like it though.
I don't know.
It's fun.
Okay, so I legit don't think I think they give these guys the scripts and then go, we need to just draw whatever. I swear all of these do this because like what is it? The Dante's Inferno one, none of the characters are consistent, and sometimes the only way you're able to tell is because of the voice actors, and you're like, oh, why do they look like this in this area? And it's really weird. And then the Dead Space one does that because they all tell their stories. And you remember that guy that you kill in Dead Space 2?
No.
The guy at the end of Dead Space 2 where he like cuts out Ellie's eye. Hoffman?
No, I have no memory. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, Mike, it's Dead Space 2.
That was a long time ago.
Anyway, so like the in-betweens where they each character tells their story, they fucking they're like a weird, gross, like Play-Doh CG. But whenever one of the characters tells a story, he has a fucking pompadour. It's like the most like out there animation style ever, and it freaked me out. And I don't know why they all fucking do this. I say that because I'm not gonna lie, it took a hot minute for the bat suit in this to fucking warm up to me as well.
Yeah, this one he looked more like a bird than a bat.
Yeah, this is the one where he looked like Griffith from Berserk.
That's what it was. Thank you. I knew I couldn't put my fucking finger on it.
Yeah, like I kept waiting for the eclipse. Thankfully, didn't happen.
I don't get
But
it.
like, you don't know Berserk. Joe gets it.
I get it. You should watch Berserk. You should not watch Berserk.
I have actually watched Berserk, but this is back lucky, so this is like 2005. I have no memory.
You should watch Berserk again, Mike.
You know how John Berserk, the main character, has like a gay love interest with the guy with the white hair?
Vaguely.
Okay.
It's been a very long time.
Ken, do you like how I butchered Berserk in like 2 sentences?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but you're not wrong. Also, it's Pride Month. Everything's gayer than it normally is.
Someone's gonna quote me on
Berserk.
that.
Berserk's pretty fucking gay.
Berserk's pretty fucking gay. Also, was that guy trying to go through his phone?
That was his phone that Bruce Wayne took.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce steals his phone, and then because he was trying to get information on the mobsters.
Yeah.
I
Land developer Ronald Marshall. There was a mysterious death involving a community activist. Keep that in mind. That will be a special Mosca tool that will help us later in the episode.
I also low-key like that he disguises the force field as a watch. I think that's actually a really good Batman thing.
I mean, it would work. People wouldn't see it coming.
And they didn't.
I mean, a rich man wouldn't suspect the watch anyway. So that's all I took it also.
A watch that's owned by a rich man that if you've never seen before, all he has to say is, "Oh, I had this custom made." And it's like, okay, that's believable.
Yeah. It is coming from Bruce Wayne, yeah.
Especially, like I said, it's really jarring, but I low-key wouldn't. There's an alternate universe somewhere where I have 12 episodes of this. I shit you not. Because I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the shit out of this because
they're mostly good.
There's that really cute smug moment where the guy's like, "Hey Bruce, you want to come back to do what I'm gonna do?" And he's like, "Nah, I've got a girl waiting back home, Russian and half German." And it's like, oh
Italian.
man, I miss you, Kevin Conroy. God damn, you made that work so well.
It really was good. Because I like how you think he's talking about a woman, but he's actually talking about the mobster.
Yeah.
Great. I really liked it.
And this one was kind of a nothing story, honestly. Batman hijacked a boat owned by one mobster and drove it into the Russian mobster's boat. And then they fought, and Batman was like, "Hey, if you two don't hug it out and be nice, you're in trouble.
I'm gonna kill you."
I mean, Ken's not wrong. That really is all the story is.
Yeah. It's a nothing story, but it's fun.
No,
because Batman looks like Griffith, and it's terrifying.
No, but you also have the really like dumb moment where he's like, "I can't use this device because it hurts people, and Batman doesn't hurt people. They let me go throw these really sharp knives in people's hands."
I mean, Batman hurts people all the time.
Yeah, I know.
It's just something with guns in Batman. Like, he even comments in this, he's like, "I would never use a gun." Kind of do, but all right. Depends on what situation of Batman you are. When you're old Batman, you don't give a fucking shit.
When you're Ben Affleck Batman, you can grab guys from behind by the nipples and make them shoot their friends and then not feel bad.
We gotta watch that this year too. That's one I'm not excited for, by the way.
I'm actually low-key not excited for that either. It's gonna take a lot of weed for me to get through that movie.
Fair.
Fuck me. Heck, I look at fucking Henry Cavill's fucking tits in that movie too. God damn you, Mike. God damn you.
No, that's Justice League, I think you're thinking of.
No, that's Batman versus Superman. No, you're
we'll
right.
find out. But no,
you're right. You're right.
I don't know. The bird costume was a little too much for me. But other than that, this was it's fine. I do find it amusing how the guy that gets shot is the only guy with the red shirt on. That did a bit.
That is pretty funny.
Because everybody else is wearing like dark brown, black clothes, and that guy has a red shirt on. Also, when they take him to the hospital, they fucking like throw him on the ground and arrest him. I'm like, this fucker has a bullet wound, brought to the hospital, and you're like, fuck him, get him on the ground. Like, be that rough?
Sometimes, yeah, honestly.
I mean, he did pull a gun on them in their defense, but he lost the gun. So,
but like it's a shoulder wound. It's a shoulder wound.
I've never been shot, but I feel like it's got to hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, probably.
I broke a bone. That sucked.
I've done that either, but I feel like that's got to hurt too.
It does. It does.
That's what I was thinking of while watching this. I think that, and then then Batman ends up giving back the tool because he doesn't have it in Dark Knight, so he can't have it here. But his reasoning is he doesn't, as I said earlier, he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. And then that brings us into In Darkness Dwells, Madhouse.
Madhouse.
Madhouse is the producer, the animated house, and David Goyer wrote this one.
Yep.
Madhouse with such great, awesome movies as Ninja Scroll, Mike's favorite, Perfect Blue, Vampire Hunter D, Trigun, Black Lagoon, Death Note, Paprika, Wolf Children, The New Parasite, the only good season of One Punch Man, and Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh, anime that gets ruined, I heard.
It's getting a Full Metal Alchemist treat sometime soon. Oh, look, in Chobits. Ken, you love Chobits, right?
You left Freerin before Journey's End or Beyond Journey's End, and that's criminal.
I keep trying to get Mike to watch Fear, that's why I didn't mention that.
Oh, okay.
It's great. You should watch it.
Mike, go watch fucking Fear, it's like the 5th time I told you to go watch that show.
I don't even know what it is. So
it's on Netflix. It's about an elf that's immortal and everyone aging around here, and she's depressed. Okay. Go watch it with your wife.
That sounds okay. I do remember you telling me that. This animation I wasn't crazy about.
This one's weird.
Okay, it wasn't just me. This story's weird too.
I like this story. Guess why?
I know why. Because it has Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow's actually fucking doing something.
He's got a fucking scythe.
Yeah.
As he should. Also, Batman
definitely damn well should.
Too. I don't know. Because this one is Batman's in the sewers essentially because he's hunting Scarecrow or he's hunting Killer Croc. I don't even know. I feel like he's hunting Killer Croc.
He's hunting
Killer Croc.
But Killer Croc's being controlled by Scarecrow.
I mean, there is that cool part that when Killer Croc bites him and he gets infused with the poison through the bite. That was kind of cool. I will say that.
That was fun. What the hell did anybody catch the name of what Killer Croc has?
Oh yeah, he has skin disease. They said that, right?
Yes, but they actually say they give it a name, but I don't remember what.
Hyper something keratosis.
I mean, I can tell you in a little while because I'm watching the movie as we're speaking, so it will be happen. It will come on screen a little. But it sounds like you were using the Google.
No, I don't remember what it's called. I remember the word hyper was in there and I remember keratosis. The only reason I remember it is years ago, there was a dark and gritty Mortal Kombat reboot trailer.
I know what you're talking about.
And that's what Reptile had.
Oh.
He had the same thing that Killer Croc had in this movie.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So, but I don't like their Killer Croc. It was kind of like there for 5 seconds and was like, I'm gone.
It wasn't, I mean, it was better than a guy in a hoodie. There was that.
One of these days, we're going to do that movie.
Yes, we are. I want to, actually. I actually do.
But you got
that movie too for a second.
Epidermolytic hyperkeratosis.
Okay.
That's a mouthful.
Hold on. Post it in chat.
Okay. So, I mean, that's kind of cool that they use it in 2 different things. So that it's come up more than once.
Epidermolytic hyperkeratosis, a hardening of the skin.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah. Hey, look, Killer Croc has skin disease. Okay, how do you explain the fucking tail? Oh.
Fucking vestigial tail. Shut up.
No, what's the word?
I guess they don't have an explanation for the tail, huh?
No, not sometimes.
Okay. Oh, it's I mean, it was kind of cool. Like, he was the one thing that doesn't really fit into the Nolan verse.
Well, it technically does, because the idea they're supposed to be is that even though it's a crocodile, he has skin disease. You know, just like how everything in Batman's explained, and there is no sci-fi bullshit.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking coward. Anyway.
Sci-fi.
I really like the Scarecrow, though, because he's doing crazy Scarecrow shit.
Yeah, he's a badass in this.
He kidnaps a cardinal because Scarecrow's like, no, you can't help the homeless. They're my army. They have to come down here where I can control them. You fucking suck, so you're going to die. And that's baller.
He finally got to do something, actually, in this series, huh?
Yeah, it's about goddamn time.
And he looks badass, too.
Oh, I love the look of the Scarecrow here. It's so much fun.
I thought he got captured in this at first. That's why I made that comment when I said, okay, put a pin in this, because I thought he was captured and no longer on the run. But in this, I watched it wrong. They explained, he did get away again. He didn't get captured a second yet.
Yeah. It's
so when we see him in Dark Knight, that's the first time he gets captured.
Yeah. It's just really unfortunate that somehow he went completely sane between this and Dark Knight, which is a bummer.
I mean, especially considering that this came out right around the time Dark Knight comes out, like I think right before it, or right on the same day. It was something like that. Or no, it would have been a couple days before. But, it was that time where you're trying to, promote multiple things. So you release another movie direct to DVD to go along with your movie and box office. So you get money.
Yeah. That's all it is.
No, this was the animation threw me off a little bit, but it was a good story. And I do like how they all have
decent.
sights. That was cool.
Yeah. I wish we would have got more of this Scarecrow in the movies, but we didn't. Batman obviously escapes with the Cardinal, but he has been... Okay, so my theory is that this is like less than a week that this movie spans. Because Batman is just getting fucked up in every one of these stories, almost. Like, he is not doing well at the end of this movie. He is bleeding from several different places. He's not having a good time. It's very much not Cash Money.
I mean, this is probably maybe a newer Batman, but it is interesting to see more of the story of him and Gordon and like other things that they did in between, so you can kind of see why there's more trust to him in Dark Knight. This does help amplify that.
Yeah.
And I
Which
honestly
is good.
think you need it. It wasn't enough in Dark Knight, like just to go from Batman Begins all of a sudden, okay, hey, we're good friends now.
Gordon offers to help Batman at the end, but Batman says maybe next time. We all know what that next time is.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That was a good scene, though.
The next time is the time it doesn't happen because he has to run away because he's framing him fucking self for Harvey's murder.
I'm going to be the one that they can't catch. I can do this for you. That was my Batman.
It doesn't even quote the "if you live long enough, become the villain." Some stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Proving once again that even, Bale's Batman, the best things he says were stolen from other people. Come on, get the fuck out of here. What's the next story?
Work through the pain.
So I feel like this story takes place like immediately after the other story. I don't think it does, but it kind of feels like it does. Are you guys with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
Because he's shot in the stomach and the dude is hallucinating. So I think it's directly related to Scarecrow.
And I think that would be completely fair because we know he got shot up with the fear juice. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the animation is close to the same too. Maybe it's a little different.
Different studio.
Okay.
This is back to Studio 4 Degrees Celsius, the ones that did the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's less, the animation is less off like that one was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only one that took place during the daytime.
Oh,
so,
fair enough.
But this one's fun. It's interesting. Like, he cauterizes the wound that he gets, like he gets shot in the stomach.
Oh.
And he starts thinking about his experiences that he had trying to learn how to manage pain. And this is like back at some point volunteering for some release effort and like helping a doctor with surgery on an awake patient.
Okay, that hit me.
Screaming.
Can you imagine them cutting you open while you're awake?
Pass out from the pain, most likely.
Yeah, I would have to assume that you go into shock at some point.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, how was that guy still screaming? I'd be passed out quickly. As soon as if I saw I do not want to be awake and see my guts. I don't want to see the inside.
So who wants to hear a fun story about how Ken completely airballed the birth of his last child?
Sure.
What do you mean?
So my last kid was born via C-section. And this was the first time I had ever been around a surgery like that I'm not watching on television. So I watched the surgery.
I think I know where this is going.
Leaving the anesthesiologist to hold my ex-wife's hand. So I'm not really paying attention to my ex-wife during the birth. I'm watching the surgery and just being fascinated by the guts and muscles and whatnot. And I got in trouble for that.
Is that why she's the ex-wife?
No, there are a lot more reasons, but I'm sure that didn't help. But let me tell you, surgery, fascinating.
I am not fascinated by it. I don't like, even when Tiff watched Grey's Anatomy, which she doesn't do anymore because she got to the end pretty much. I didn't like it when they would cut somebody open, even though you don't see a lot. I can't do it. But I don't think I'd want to see my wife cut open, though.
I do not have a wife, but I have heard stories. There's one streamer where he was talking about the birth of their first child, and he's like, "Yeah, I walked in, and it looked like my wife was hung up like the Evangelion fucking Adam scene, and he said she was hung up like not on a cross, but she was hung up with her arms out like a cross, and all of her organs were scooped out, still connected on like a tray. And he's like, "Oh my god!" And they're like, she's like, "Hi, honey." And they're like, he's like, "Is she okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, she can't feel anything. She's fine. Do you want to see the baby?" And he's like, "I guess. Can you put my wife back together?"
Yeah, when my son was born, it wasn't a C-section, so I don't know. I have to step away for a second. Please keep talking.
So the interesting thing on this one is that while Batman is, going through his remembrances of his time in India he finds a gun.
Before we go to the India part, I like to say I love when they make Batman's gadgets overly complicated because you think he's pulling out like a little flashlight and it's like a thing that cauterizes the wound and it's like, God damn, Batman, you haven't heard of fucking Band-Aids or like a first aid spray? You gotta go
No,
just
cauterizing.
straight
works better.
cauterizing? Yeah.
It works better.
Okay.
Plus, you're not going to get Band-Aid catching on like your clothes or anything and ripping off, and then you have to do it again. Once you cauterize something, it's going to stay that way for a while.
Oh.
And you get the lovely smell of bacon following you around.
Yeah. Oh.
But not even to touch on India yet, but Batman's digging in the garbage and he finds a bunch of guns, right? Now, in the Crossfire story, the guy who was shot took his gun when the cops drew down on him and he threw it and it went into the sewer.
Yeah. So he remembered that there are guns in the sewers.
I think he just happened to ended up here and found a gun and then kept digging and found more.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, but it's also a thing where it's you're in Gotham City, just take your goddamn fucking gun and throw it in the Gotham sewer. It goes somewheres, don't worry.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Cops are scared to go down in the sewer. That's where the Killer Croc is. He's down there and they don't go down there and it'll be fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but this also kind of explains some of the other stuff from earlier, I think from the last one too, where we have Bruce going through pain training, I guess.
Not even just so much pain training, just like minimizing pain training.
Yeah.
He wants to train with the fakirs in India. And, they're the ones that everybody talks about, like the sitting on the bed of nails and, do all these other humanly tasks of like pain endurance, meditation type stuff. But they won't train him.
Because he's a bastard.
Well, yeah. I honestly think, it's because he's white.
No, the idea it's supposed to be is that they're like he's not using it for himself. He's using it to beat other people up. And it's like, do y'all really care though? Do y'all know that for sure? Because I know y'all don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. But like I said, they can't know that. So I think it's because he's white. And it comes in, we'll talk about it, but that comes like it's proven later. So they do find somebody to teach him the pain coping skills. Cassandra, aka Parminder Nagra from Bend It Like Beckham and The Blacklist.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's who voices Cassandra.
What's the fuck with all these A-list actors in this fucking goddamn fucking anime?
I know.
Not anime.
It's anime. It's maybe at Japanese animation studios. It's anime.
Yeah, it's anime.
Yeah.
But it's just an odd anime. That's what I was saying.
It is odd. But
I
she
like
was
the
also
story.
on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and ER. So big, good stuff. She was also on Psych for a while. Whoop whoop. This is where Bruce learns to take the fear and put it somewhere else. So he's basically Patrick just taking the pain and pushing it over there.
This is interesting though, like how and also supposed to be like he never really self-control when it comes to the pain. He only had to handle physical pain, which is not wrong because he does dress up like a giant bat and terrorize people. So
yeah, I do like the ending though, where he like beats the shit out of everybody who Joe yell at her like, "Oh, you're teaching an outsider." You know what that is, Joe? That's racism.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was a good.
So,
all that stuff was good, and I mean, it's a lot of sexism too because she was supposed to be trained by other people. Then, we found out you're a girl. We can't train you. There's that too.
Yeah, it's bogus.
It was a good story, and I do like the fact that it's supposed to. I feel like it's supposed to take place sometime before he gets arrested. I'm assuming, and we find him in Batman Begins. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing.
That makes sense.
I don't know, I do love Batman Begins. He's like, when they steal the stuff from Wayne, he's like, we're not really stealing. That's not what this guy would probably think. Literally the guy that's there. I do like that movie a lot.
I do like that Alfred has to come rescue him, though.
I thought that was good. Isn't he holding a bunch of guns, too, or something? He says, I don't have any hands.
Yep. Give me your hand. My arms are full of arms. I can't do it.
Stupid, but it was good.
Yeah. And then we get to the last story, which is Deadshot.
And the other madhouse.
Yeah. So
Okay,
right away, you start this one with the murder of his parents.
I didn't even realize that. They did that again.
Haha.
Yeah.
We're just never getting away from that, are we?
Nope.
No.
Well, no, the Batman got rid of it for right now. We still have like two to 6 more movies for that. 2 to 5.
Nah, we'll see about that.
We will see about that, Ken. You know why?
Ken is sick of it.
No, Matt Reeves is no longer directing the Batman 2.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
You got kicked off it?
Well, that's some bullshit.
I guess. I'm wondering if they decide to backpedal because they actually are going to put Robert Pattinson's Batman in the new DCU.
No, he doesn't belong there.
I know he doesn't.
I'm sorry.
I'm kind of worried that they are going to, and it's going to upset me.
No, he doesn't belong there. He's too. That needs to be an older Batman, like a more established Batman. No. Anyway,
You just end there, Joe.
I know. I upset myself. It's okay.
I don't like it.
I mean, that just seems weird to me there. But then again, I'm not. I'm also worried about DC if that Superman movie doesn't do good. I wonder what's going to happen.
I am not a Superman fan. I think that Superman movie looks great.
I do too.
And I say that not being a Superman fan. So I think honestly, yeah, especially because the whole point of that movie is a middle finger to like our government. I think it'll be fine.
I mean, I feel like if it doesn't do good, and if Fantastic Four doesn't do good, things are not going to be pretty for comic. So, but that's neither here nor there.
Fantastic Four is weird because I'm worried about the rumors. Everyone's thinking that series is going to end where Galactus eats that universe and the Fantastic Four get forced to ours.
Only because the jet is in the end of Thunderbolts and one of those post-credit scene things I didn't even see when I saw it in theaters because I left. So, yeah.
I haven't watched Thunderbolts yet.
It's a good movie. Box office wouldn't tell. I mean, box office did great, but Marvel wouldn't tell you that. They'd tell you it's a bad movie because it bombed because they expect too much. But that's neither here nor there. But with Gotham Knight,
I think it's weird, and I know to say that. I can say that. I think it's
say whatever
weird.
You want.
Yeah, that. How many Batman movies, live action movies, are we in currently? 6, maybe 7.
More than that.
We haven't had any like good B tier Batman villains. It's always the Riddler and the Joker or Raish. I really would go down with for like a dual villain movie and one of them being Deadshot.
Deadshot was good in this.
Was he?
He's okay.
Was he?
Okay, maybe not. No, you're right. I'm lying to myself. I'm thinking of other Deadshots. He wasn't great. I didn't really like him in this. What am I saying?
I love the fact that he dressed like a pimp.
Okay, that was good.
Like with a big hat and the outlandishly like wild coat. Like that's great. I love that shit. If I could wear an outfit like that, I would. But like he doesn't do anything. He shoots people. So and I'm not just talking about this Deadshot. I'm talking about Deadshot in general. And like, if you want proof of that, look at the Suicide Squad movie, the first one. What's the most boring part of that movie? That's right. Smith. It's Will Smith as Deadshot.
The whole movie.
Because all Deadshot does is shoot people and talk about his daughter.
That's why I said dual movie and not a single villain. He'd be good with like another villain that I probably couldn't think of. But like I said, I just want more villain variety. I say as we hopefully are still getting Clayface for the Batman 2.
We're getting a Clayface movie on its own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a good horror movie.
It is, because it's being written by Mike Flanagan.
Oh, fuck.
It's going to be very good.
I recognize that name, but I don't remember why I recognize that.
He's also been seen on your suggestion list for The Haunting of Hill House.
I actually
as well as,
that, by the way, I think.
Fall of the House of Usher, Haunting of Bly Manor, Oculus, Absentia, Ouija, Origin of Evil.
I've seen Oculus.
Yeah, Oculus is a horror movie.
I was trying to impress a woman. That's the only reason I watched that movie. So.
Mike Flanagan does good shit, and I'm excited for what he does with.
Okay, as long as it happened. So I don't know. I mean, the animation a little off for this one for me. I mean, it was interesting to see Deadshot in here. I mean, he is a villain that I feel like works in the Nolan verse because he's essentially just a guy with a gun, so it works.
Yeah, all he does is shoot people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cool scene with the whole train thing with him trying to shoot Gordon from a train. So he's shooting a moving object from a moving object. I mean, that is kind of.
It's kind of cool, yeah. But like, I probably could too if I had a magic eyeglass that was like powered by technology and magic. And like, Deadshot fights Batman. He fights Batman, loses badly, and basically starts crying. And then we come to find out he was the one that killed that activist back from episode.
Oh, I did not catch that. No wonder you said that's
3.
going to come back later. Okay.
Yes. He was the one that was hired by Ronald Marshall to kill that woman that was trying to stop his development plans. So this entire thing, even though there are 6 kind of separate stories, they're all interlinked together, and it was just kind of a bummer payoff.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if she really wanted to get revenge, why don't she just have a poison lipstick in her rose? Because they're building on a lot of where only a certain rose grows. That's what you do, right?
Yeah, like that would have been fine. But no, it's sci-fi bullshit. No sci-fi bullshit. No. If I had a squirt bottle, I'd spray you right now. No sci-fi bullshit.
I just remember it was fine. I watched this while my cell phone was dying. The battery was, and I was watching it on, so I didn't watch it the way it should have been watched. But they did try to give him the suit from the comics. They tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's not happy.
I love when cats aren't happy. It's funny.
I love how I got muted very quickly. And yes, that will be in the episode. I keep all cat screams in the episodes. So Ken's cat's
The
my
deaf cat and the new cat.
They met.
Oh, they're staring each other down right now. And I'm trying to keep them from fighting.
So which one's Batman? Which one's Superman?
Derp is Batman because Derp is black and deaf. Won't listen to a damn thing anybody tells her. So that's Batman.
Is she actually deaf, or she just don't listen to people?
No, she's actually deaf.
Oh.
Wolfgang, the new cat, he's more Two-Face because literally half of it, like the right side of his face is paralyzed. So like the right side of his face is drawn back in like a sneer.
You would have a Two-Faced cat. That's just fitting for you, by the way.
He is a very precious boy. And I love him.
So, after we were trucked kitties. Well, I guess this is the theme of today's episode. I had a cat break my computer HDMI cord, so we have a cat screaming. Happy Cat Day today on the recording.
Yeah. Happy Cat Day, everybody. Speaking of cats, there was no Catwoman in this movie. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, because Catwoman's in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. I'm assuming they were told you can only use certain characters or you can only do certain things. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Probably.
This is the unofficial 4th Batman movie.
Yeah.
Lame.
I mean, he's not wrong. So whether you agree with it or not, I mean, he's not wrong. I know they kind of said it's kind of like it's loosely connected, but they said both. So I don't really know what. It's just a fun movie, and you just got to look at it like that. And connected or not, this was my excuse to cover it during our Nolan stuff.
Yeah.
What is that Marvel saying? Damn it, he may be right.
He's out of line, but he's right.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah.
I need to watch that show again.
Yes, you do. I would argue that this is very connected to those movies with the character of Ramirez, with them explicitly talking about Dr. Crane hanging out in the sewer after he went crazy when getting hit with his own gas.
Yeah.
The fact that you got, the mobsters are fighting now because Falcone, like it is very much connected, I would say. It doesn't have all the same stuff, but it's there in story form. It's there.
And it's a cool story. I mean, it's cool to have more stuff that you can say, okay, this is part of the same universe. So, I mean, you get a little bit more of like what Batman was going through. I mean, and this kind of helps make Dark Knight even better, in my opinion, because now you kind of get to see a little bit of what the city might have seen of their Batman. So it makes a little bit more sense to who he is to them.
And it makes sense that they would think he's a robot because there's a part in Dark Knight where he tells Alfred, he's like, I've got too much shit on me. Like I need less equipment on me and stuff like that.
At the same time, it makes Dark Knight more depressing because here you see what could have been, but no, they walked it back and made him a wuss.
What might have been.
Yeah.
Ken will never not be upset about Scarecrow.
I will not. They wasted him in Nolan's trilogy, all because Christopher Nolan was a coward. So I don't care. Fucking at me, DC bros. I don't give a shit. Fight me IRL. Don't care.
No, those movies don't hold up very well. Yeah, those movies don't hold up very well. The only one that does is Dark Knight, and that's because of fucking Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Like, that's kind of a bad point against you when the best thing about your Batman movie is everyone else.
Yeah, and I didn't realize until we watched it how much that movie, like, it's everybody but Batman's movie.
Yeah. So. It's a Bruce Wayne movie, and Bruce Wayne sucks. That Bruce Wayne sucks. This Bruce Wayne is very kawaii.
I didn't expect that, but you're not wrong.
I know. He's cute and got the, stars on his eyes. And I would imagine the little blush slash lines below when he smiles. Like, it's ridiculous, but it's fun.
So to go by what Joe was posting, or Ken posted that, I guess Matt Reeves is still directing that. So who knows? All right.
Yep.
All right. Any other things to say about this movie, or should we go to Shelf Stacker Box?
Let's go to Shelf Stacker Box.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe, why don't you lead us in?
I go ahead and put this on the shelf. I had a lot of fun with this. I actually thought it was actually pretty good. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. What really does save this movie is just the goddamn good voice acting everyone puts together, especially for Kevin Conroy. So definitely put this on the shelf.
All right. You turned me. I wasn't sure, but I'll put it on the shelf too. I didn't. I mean, I'm glad we finally watched it. It's been one of those many movies on my mind to watch this show. So I'm glad we did it. So go on the shelf. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally saw this movie, owning it and selling it and always meaning to watch it. But fuck you, Max, for making me have to rent it on Amazon. And Ken.
I'm going to put this one on the stack. It's fine. It just, having Kevin Conroy as the voice, just better animated series that's out there. So much so that the Target special edition version of this came with 4 episodes of the animated series on it.
They knew.
Disc.
That's funny.
So, like, come on. Like, it made me want to watch Batman the Animated Series. There were some fun story beats in here. Normally, I would shelf it just for Scarecrow, but I don't know. I feel like the narrative wasn't guided enough for this, and that's the problem when you get, like, 6 different people working on different things.
Yeah,
and 6 different writers writing different stories that kind of tie together. You're not Quentin Tarantino, guys. Just stop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's everything. So the next Batman thing you will hear from us most likely will be The Dark Knight Rises. That's my next planned one for us to do.
And oh boy, there's a storm coming. Games my mom found.
I haven't seen the movie since the day it came out in theaters, and we had a shooting in Colorado where I was.
We need 2 beers for that one.
Yeah, we need more than 2.
Fuck.
It's gonna
one
be
of these days.
Hey, you're the one that suggested Two Guns movie back when we did it. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did.
That was a good movie.
And you know what? I stand by it. That movie was fun.
Yeah, it was actually a fun movie.
That was a fun movie, yeah.
But yeah, I guess we should just go to plugs. I guess I'll just talk. So if you enjoyed this episode, there's over 800 other episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to hear the rest of our Batman content, there's a good amount of it too. It can all be found in the link in the show notes for this episode. You will see links to all the episodes of Batman. So if you want to hear us talk about Batman, there's plenty of Batman for you to listen to. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon. Vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. So great way to support the show. Great way to affect the show because things in those polls don't always come back. So please, if you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, we do have a Discord. You can join that. You can lurk. You can for the show. We're always happy to have new people join us. So please do that. I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Free. You can follow her on TikTok and Instagram. Definitely go check her out and check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. And also check out absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress. They talk about MCU movies and MCU adjacent movies. Those are all some other podcasts for you to listen to. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, TikTok once in a great while. And please rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast. Everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.